Hey everybody, thank you for joining us on the channel. I had told you last week we would have Corvette constraints in detail for you today in regards to any new orders for 2024 Corvette for the December order cycle. And we have some, oh man, do we have some constraints. But first, let me share something with you. I'm excited to have the opportunity to share and promote this. How would you like the opportunity to win a freaking Z06 and $30,000 in cash? Wow, what an opportunity from the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix Association. And being a viewer of my channel, if you click that link down below in the description or in the comments, you'll get 30% more entries to win this car and $30,000 in cash. A freaking 2024 Z06 Corvette. So make sure you click that link in the comments. It'll take you directly to this page, which will have the code in there already. If it doesn't, make sure you put in RCC30 so you pick up 30% additional entries to win this car from the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix Association. They're driving donations to help individuals with autism and intellectual disabilities. And you have an opportunity to win a cool car and some cash. In fact, last year, the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix Association gave away a 70th anniversary Z06, and it was won by a gentleman right here in Powell, Ohio. Good luck to our viewers. Wow, what a fun opportunity. Again, good luck to you guys. That link is down below. It'll be the very first comment you see before you make your comments on today's video. Ordering constraints. Take a deep breath. They're coming up. So take a deep breath. I'm ready, just like you, to pass out. Order constraints, some things you can get, things that you can't get. They still linger and continue within our environment trying to order a brand new Corvette. These affect only new orders that are going into the system for this month only. After this cycle for December, the very next cycle won't happen until the very end of January on the 25th. And I expect then that the availability of these constraints and pieces parts at least get a little bit better. They're not going away, but I expect them to get better in certain areas. Let's start off with Stingray. There's nothing for E-Ray. Remember, there was no allocations for any Corvettes, Z06, Stingray, or E-Ray in November. That's kind of set us all back. So now we're in December and everybody's anticipating to get their order placed now. And let me just say this. I think it's a fair guess. If your order is placed now, even if it's not, and it gets placed in the next cycle, the January 25th I just mentioned, those cars are going to start arriving in that late February into March timeline, right when the season's ready to start. So I think we're still good. So I don't want anybody to kind of hit the panic button just yet. You know what I mean? Here's the constraints. If you do, in fact, have an order that's going to be tagged and released and sent to production control, then it goes to 3,000 status next Wednesday. Let's start off with Stingray, because again, there are no E-Rays, just Stingray and Z06 for this particular cycle in December for 2024 Corvettes. First item up is a new item. It's the RYQ. It's an accessory item. It's the carbon fiber. They call it exterior trim kit. It's what I call the body blade or the door handle. That is, don't worry about it, it's zero availability. And it's been off again more than on again. Sometimes, and actually I'm delivering one today. And people are like, I thought you couldn't get that wheel. Well, yeah, there's the small window that this order got accepted. Once again, the Q9i gloss black forged wheel. It's limited availability, so yes, it's on constraint. But some people say when it's on constraint, they think that it means zero availability. It means either zero or controlled quantities. In this case, for the Q9i wheel, we didn't get any, but there are 292 available for the country. And another accessory item that is zero availability is the 5DG Tech Bronze aluminum wheels, which coincides with the other constraint, the PCX Tech Bronze package. Those are, again, zero availability for this cycle only. So if you're at 1100 status and that's really what you want on your car, wait it out just until the next cycle, maybe the following cycle. Then you gotta watch out, because then we're getting close to build out for 2024. So right now, for December, that is zero availability. The Jake floor liners, back to zero availability again. And here we are again. And it's just me personally, I'm frustrated that we have to decipher ordering non-Z51s versus Z51 suspension cars. Non-Z51 cars, only 658 available for this cycle in the country, and we only got one for this allocation cycle. That's tough. A lot of people love that. That's a great, never mind. I'm going to beat a dead horse here. It's controlled availability. So what it means for me as a dealer in this cycle, 95% of my orders have to be Z51, or they can't be tagged and released and sent to production control. All right, so that might be good news for some of you guys waiting for Z51s, because Z51 is controlled quantities, 803 available for the country in this particular cycle for December on 2024. Let's talk Z06 constraints. It's a short list, but there are some. All right, you guys, thanks again for joining me on the channel. Make sure you subscribe, you thumbs up this video, and you make comments down below. Don't forget about that comment link in there, too, for that opportunity to win that car. There's a lot of fun stuff and a lot of informational stuff still to come on this channel. Ordering a Z06 for this cycle. Some of the accessory items immediately are on constraint. The SLN, the carbon fiber engine cross brace, 0 availability. Jake floor liners, 0 availability. Okay, this is where it gets confusing, and their verbiage sometimes, you have to try to figure it out, and you shouldn't have to figure it out. Just tell me if it's available or it's not. The TOF high wing, which means you can't get a Z07 package, is 0 availability. But here's where it gets confusing. That's why I haven't had a chance to get in and play around with the system. So it mentions TOF, but it doesn't mention the other high wing, TOG. So can you get that, which is a component that you need for Z07? That remains to be seen. So right now, we're assuming that Z07s, because you can't get the high wing component, is not going to be available. But the code this week only says TOF. I haven't gotten a Z07 all year for the 2024 Z06. I'm expecting, as I said earlier, that in the January 25th cycle, things start to loosen up and start to break loose a little bit. I really feel good about that. E-Ray availability. I know production just started. There's a couple cars. Mr. Hendricks just got his retail cars. How many more they're going to do? They really haven't taken many allocations, so what are you building? But it was good to see that they actually started some of those cars. So we'll keep you up to date in regards to that. So I think that Z06 stuff, maybe a little bit more availability, but I'm also concerned because if they start E-Ray production, I really think that will cut into Z06, and I predict that Z06 will be less available this year than it was in 2023. Other things going on at the plant, we're still trying to figure out why plant tours, part of your, and just open public plant tours, but also too, that's a component when you do a National Corvette Museum delivery, no longer available after February 5th, and there's no date as far as when that's going to come back into play. You got to remember, they do a lot of advanced product. We assume that that's what this is, but I think there might be more to this story. But let's just go with that for right now. They build a lot of products that we end up buying years in advance. So what are they working on? Boy, I know we'd like to know. You'll never know, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't make the product come any faster. So they got to do their stuff that's got to go through the line, do their testing, and there'll be stuff out driving around that we'll assume is this or this or this or this, and it's hiding in plain sight, and we'll have no idea. And then we'll go, wow, you were testing that back then? Oh, so that's why the plant was shut down. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Years later, right now, it sucks. I mean, it really does. Partly because we just want to know, but also it's nice to get into the plant and appreciate this new Corvette even more. That's something that I think you all need to experience. And again, I assume too that they are doing advanced product years down the road and even more immediate. Maybe they're building some CTF cars of the ZR1 or the Grand Sport, or we're hearing about an SUV. They're doing something that's going to be cool. They've never disappointed yet. They continue to exceed our expectations on this car. When the C8 came out, there was a lot of people that said, I don't know about this mid-engine thing, and all that talk is gone, man. Everybody still wants one, and I appreciate that opportunity. And those of you that had one, you know why I'm excited, because it's the real deal. Those of you that haven't gotten a car, you've got to go through these order constraint things that we're talking about. Hang in there. Like I said earlier, I think things are going to get better, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys and helping you to stop dreaming and start driving, because it's a freaking blast. A couple of things going on in regards to availability. If you're stressed out about getting an order and it's just taking too long, you can't get what you want, I do have that Silver Flare 3LT convertible in stock, and I have a Rapid Blue convertible building this week. Text me at the number up on the screen. I'll get back to you in between all this craziness going on today, and hopefully we can do business, and I appreciate the opportunity, and I do appreciate the flexibility. Man, I'll tell you what, guys, I'm looking at the calendar and I'm freaking out just a little bit. I can't believe Christmas is that close, and no, I'm not ready. You're not either? Yeah, I know. It's like, slow down, man, really? We have a lot of fun sharing information and experiences and sometimes just stuff. You know what I mean? All around Corvette. This Sunday is going to be that. I want to talk a little bit about my tracking experience, or the lack of this past year, and some of the expenses that got me kind of started in that trailer and everything we intend to do with that. But more importantly, I track the trailer this Sunday on Coffee with Conti. Why not? You know what freaked me out though when I was tracking the trailer? I got carried away and forgot that, oh, wait a minute, you really have a trailer back there. I almost lost the darn thing. It's like, oh my gosh, we got that for you this Sunday. Kind of a quick show, but a fun show. And then the following Sunday, this is the plan anyways. I wanted to have that for you sooner, but the mini Corvette has not been ready. So the plan is the Sunday before Christmas, Ryan and I, my son, will drag race the 2 mini Corvettes. You'll have an opportunity to win one along with $500 in cash and some other Corvette stuff if you can guess who wins the race between Ryan and myself. And thank you again for watching today in this little brief Corvette order update for 2024 Corvettes. I know the constraints are tough to hear. Hang in there, guys. I really feel that they're going to get better. They've got to get better, right? I mean, yeah, enough is enough. You can follow me on Instagram, Rick Corvette Conti, or Facebook at Corvette Conti. And make sure, again, you subscribe to this channel, you thumbs up this video. Looking forward to your engagement and your comments down below.